Okay, this is going to be just a very short monologue, and it's on firearms this time, and it's on firearms and gun control, and it's on the idea that many times is pushed by the left that we have to, we can't let people have 30-round magazines and AR-15s and fully semi-automatic rifles because apparently two people on the left, that person who was otherwise a perfectly gentle, calm person suddenly becomes a killing machine the moment you give him the ability to be a killing machine. And personally, I think liberals, might actually have a lower opinion of humanity than I do. Because even I, who has a relatively low opinion of humanity in general, can realize that simply having a different tool in your hand doesn't mean you're going to become a different person. If I hand, say, a random person a hammer or a wrench, it doesn't all of a sudden turn that person into a mechanic. Similarly, if I hand somebody an AR-15 and that person was already a non-violent person, they didn't magically become a violent person just because you handed them an AR-15. Now, sure, that violent person out there, and this is the thing that people on the right have been trying to get across to people on the left. The person who is violent, who wants to cause damage, who wants to kill, is going to kill regardless of what you do. You can make guns impossible to get, and the person will still find a way to kill. It does not matter how that person kills people. It only matters that they did. Your attempts at the idea, let's just ban guns, because that's really what they're going for. So let's hit it where it's at. Let's ban guns, right? Well, what you're going to end up doing is now you made a whole bunch of unarmed sheep for the mass murderer to go in and kill them all. So at this point, all you have to do is get yourself like a sharpened stick, and you can kill a whole lot of people because none of those people can retaliate because you disarmed all those people. So if you give a gun to a non-violent person, the non-violent person is not going to go turn and start killing people. So there's no reason to prevent that non-violent person from getting a gun. And if you go and take the gun from the violent person is just going to go get another weapon. They're going to get gasoline. And trust me, there's a lot of weapons out there that are a lot more effective at mass killing. Like I said a few minutes ago in this very video, I have 11 guns. If I wanted to mass kill people, I wouldn't take any of those guns to go mass killing people. I would take my Chevy pickup truck with a brush guard on the front, so I don't even dent the front end of my truck, and just drive into a crowd of people. I don't have to get out of my armored box. I can hit something like 4 or 5 people at a time. It's guided, and it's also a quick getaway because I'm already in my vehicle, so I can just simply stomp on the gas and get away. It's perfect. No need to even be like a suicidal shooter because I can get away because I'm already in my truck. So, and that's been proven. You look at like Nice, France. What did the guy do? He goes and gets himself a truck and runs over a bunch of people. And it takes a lot less skill to take a vehicle and run people over with it than it does to take a gun and become proficient with it. And the reason it takes less skill is that in your day-to-day life, for the average person, say in America or in the developed world, the average person drives a vehicle. So they're getting practice every day on how to operate that vehicle. But in order to become proficient with a gun, you don't shoot your gun every day as part of your daily routine. Now, I know I can already hear it. Yes, I know there's people who practice with their guns every day. You're not the ones I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, and when you are the people who practice with your guns every day, you have to make it a point to practice with your guns every day. It's not like, okay, I'm going to the store, so I have to shoot 10 targets to get to the store. It's not like I'm going to work today, so I have to, shoot my way through the next half hour in order to get to work. That's not how. So with guns, you have to actually go and make a point to learn how to learn how to use them and learn how to use them effectively. And I think that's part of the reason why many times we see these mass shooters. And this is another example onto this mass shooter. I'll end on this because again, I'm trying to keep my videos short. Many times the mass shooters, to me, from me looking at what they used and how they went about it, these are not gun people. These are not the kind of people who, since they were like 13, if they're somebody like me, who's obsessed about firearms and obsessed about weapons. So, you know different guns inside and out. You can take them apart, blindfolded, hanging upside down in the rain. That's not who these people are. These people don't know anything about guns at all. Do you know why the AR-15 is a so-called weapon of choice for mass shooters? Because it's the only gun that they ever heard of in the media, because that's all the media ever talks about. So when they're thinking about their mass shooting, and they're going to go get their gun for it, well, they don't know about all the different guns out there. They don't know about like the FNFAL. They don't know about the SCAR 17. They don't know about the SCAR 16. They don't know about the Bushmaster ACR. They don't know about the Sig Sauer 5.56. They don't know about the G36. They don't know about the G3. They don't know about the L86. They don't know about EMP5. They don't know about the P90. All these lists, and I can go on for hours just listing all the different types of guns out there. And many of the guns I listed are going to be better than a bog standard AR-15. One thing that comes to mind would be an AR chambered in a pistol caliber, because you can carry a lot more ammunition per weight and per space. You can carry, and because you're shooting at unarmored targets, you don't need the velocity of a rifle round, but you want that hard punch of a pistol round. That nice fat diameter of it, or you get something like a 300 Blackout. The fact that they're all getting bog standard AR-15s, and then doing a little more than putting like a big magazine on it. In the case of the idiots that put 100-round magazines on, and even those idiots show how much they're not gun people, because a gun person would know that 100-round magazine, you wouldn't trust that in that kind of close quarters environment, because you know it's going to jam. Or in the case of the Orlando shooter, he had a Sig 5.56, one of the rare ones that didn't bring an AR-15, and he had a bunch of PMags. Well, the problem was the PMags don't work in his gun, and that's why he ended up kept jamming. And he switched. I think it was a pistol they ended up switching to for most of the people he killed, because those PMags kept jamming because they weren't designed for his gun. Well, if you're a gun nut, you already knew that about your gun, because you have known everything about your gun, everything there was to know about your gun, the developmental history of your gun. And that's the difference between these people and, say, gun people. So the gun people and the people who are all big pro-Second Amendment people, they're not the ones who are doing these shootings. It's random bloke decides for whatever random reason he wants to kill a bunch of people, and just goes and gets the first thing that comes to mind, which is an AR-15 and 30-round magazines. And you take that away, so the random bloke can't get that. The random bloke just goes to the very next thing that comes to mind. Very next thing, right, just sitting here right now, the very next thing that came to mind was glass bottles and gasoline. Like the very next thing that came to mind. So what are you going to do, ban all glass bottles and gasoline? I think there's a lot of people who drive vehicles that need their gasoline, and there's a lot of people today who would be dead if you didn't have gasoline. So you're not banning gasoline. But the moment these mass shooters switch over to using gasoline and a lighter, you're going to see the body count go wildly higher than what it does with guns, because that's a far more efficient way of killing people than trying to shoot people with a glorified .22.